G'day guys, since the very first rework way back in 2019, I've been asking, what about WX? When are we going to get the WX rework? Then we got the Wolfgang one and I was like, you know what? I can wait a little bit, I'm good for now. So you can imagine I was pretty nervous when I clicked on the patch notes to see just what Klei had in store for my beloved WX, but I can happily say they have absolutely nailed it with this refresh, and I'm going to tell you everything about it in this video. WX starts the game with the same stats as before, 150 hunger, 150 sanity and 150 health, but you can't upgrade these with gears anymore. They still give you a boost to your stats and still drop when you die, but will not increase your maximums. This and other abilities are now managed through the use of circuits and powered by this little battery on the side of the screen. Each circuit has a different battery requirement and you have a total of 6 units. These units must be charged in order for the plugged in circuits to work, and unless you're starving or relatively wet, you'll passively gain electricity over time and it will take a day and a half to naturally charge the full battery. Alternatively, you can use lightning rods, or generators to charge yourself quicker. If you run out of electricity, you'll start to lose health. But before you start decking out your robot with fancy upgrades, you'll need to learn them first, and this is done with the help of the bioscanalizer, also known as Jimmy. Every time Jimmy scans an appropriate creature, you'll get the recipe for a new circuit and some bio data. If you've already scanned the creature before, you can scan it again once a day for some more bio data, since you'll need that for more circuits anyway. And the creatures that you'll need to scan vary in difficulty and are related to the circuits that you're trying to build. The recipe for the hardy circuit is uncovered by scanning a butterfly and will take 1 slot for a boost of 50 max health. This is a pretty easy one to get, but in order to get the 2.0 version, you'll need to scan a nurse spider. While this is a bit tougher, it's definitely worth it since you can attach an extra 150 health per hardy circuit 2.0, up to a total of 450 extra health if you add the 3 of them together. If you care more about sanity, then you're going to want to scan a nightmare creature to get the super processing circuit, which gives you an extra 75 sanity per circuit, as well as a small passive sanity gain. The gastro expansion circuit increases your hunger meter and is uncovered by scanning a slurper or beargo. But I think what we're all interested in is the acceleration circuit. By simply scanning a rabbit, you unlock a speed boost equivalent to that of having a walking cane, and this is something you can easily have by day 2. Unfortunately, this circuit takes up every single slot, but there is a 2.0 version that is much more manageable. You can learn that by sending Jimmy to scan a clockwork rook on the surface or in the caves, or ancient guardian. Clockwork creatures aren't as hostile towards WX anymore, but I would still recommend using an ice staff to get them to stay put for scanning. 3 acceleration 2.0s will give you a 50% speed boost, which is the same as the old system overload, except it doesn't wear off. And if you're asking, what about the light? Because system overload used to give you some light as well. Well, we've got that too. If you want a permanent miner hat, you can go with the illumination circuit by scanning a light bug, skitter squid or depth worm, but if you want permanent moggles, you can scan a mole worm. And while this looks a little weird on the surface, this is an absolute dream come true when it comes to the caves and the ruins. You can essentially wear moggles and an armored hat at the same time. But that's not all. There's a thermal circuit that will stop you from freezing in winter no matter what, and a refrigerant circuit that will stop you from overheating in summer. No thermal stone required. The refrigerant circuit also keeps food a bit fresher, while the thermal circuit spoils it a little quicker. In order to learn how to make those, you'll need to scan deerclops, dragonfly, or the appropriate hound variety. A pan flute would be pretty useful in this situation. And who says WX only cares about themselves? These 2 circuits can even provide a little ranged warmth or cooling for your friends. And if that wasn't enough, you can provide music as well with the use of the chorus box circuit from scanning Crab King or Pearl. The music even changes a little if you have 2 plugged in, and there is a bonus sanity gain for nearby players. The drone master circuit is the same as the super processing circuit, with the addition of being a permanent weaker jelly bean, and this requires Jimmy to scan B Queen. And last but not least, the electrification circuit relies on the scanning of a volt goat to give you some charge damage every time you get hit. This also increases depending on how many you have installed. So with all these circuits, you can quickly see that WX can become strong in whatever area you want or need them to be for any given situation. And if you need to change the loadout of circuits, using the circuit extractor will remove all equipped circuits, resetting all charge that was being used to power them and reduce the durability of those circuits by 25%. So it's probably not something you want to change on the daily, but once or twice a season should be no issue at all. And to be honest, this is really all that I could have hoped for in a WX rework. I love the fact that I can essentially swap out health or hunger or sanity for extra speed or thermal stone. I love that I don't need Wicker Bottom to unlock WX's perks anymore. I love that if I just want to chill in my base, I can become a living music box to help grow my plants. WX is basically a build your own character now, and I think that's amazing. I know there are also some changes to Wort and Merms in this update, and reeds regrow in spring now, which is nice, but I'm not going to go through all that in this video. I'll leave a link to the patch notes if you do want to read about that. I cannot wait to see the animated short for this refresh. I know the new skin is going to look sick because every WX skin is already awesome, and that's pretty much all I have to say. I know I'm a little biased as a WX main, but this is the best rework out of every character we've had so far, and maybe the best character abilities full stop. I can only really think of putting maybe Wanda at the top with WX, but I'll leave it with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, like the video, join the Discord, follow me on Twitch, you know the deal. Take care guys.